So we're gonna get their chicken coop all cleaned out for them, and so they will have a nice dry spot to get out of this mud. The chicken coop for as many chickens and ducks as I have is just absolutely, I mean, huge. So they can, you know, a lot of chickens, their whole entire run isn't that, you know, big. So they have plenty of space in there. Next time I'm building this a little taller, so I don't have to hunch over. Next chicken coop I build, it's gonna be like a mansion. I'm gonna be able to live in it. If the wife kicks me out, I'll just bunk up with the chickens, hang out in the shed a little while.
A mansion?
Chicken mansion.
That would be awesome.
Put a flat screen TV in here. Maybe a couch. And my roommates will poop all over it. Be 2 wheelbarrow loads. Take our chicken coop, the droppings that we got from our chicken coop, along with the bedding, old bedding that we changed out, along with feathers, you know, of course their poop and everything like that, and we're gonna take it over here to our garden. Now half of my garden this year is going to be dedicated to a watermelon. I plan on kind of marketing watermelon because it sells really well and it just grows really good here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mound up hills. They're going to go straight across. I'm going to use this as a fertilizer because it's still several months before I can actually plant any of this. So I'm just going to scatter it out. And Aiden's gonna come behind me. Woo! We're gonna get it in our face. Make sure you stay upwind of it. Aiden, I want you to scatter it out. I want straight rows, okay? That way I can till it into the ground and I can make mounds and we'll plant the watermelon on those mounds, all right? Yeah. Oakley, man, he's not worried about anything. I want that life. Oakley, you ain't worried about nothing, are you, bud? Are you, pretty girl? Hey, let's bring it closer so the wind's not blowing all of our stuff away. Here, Wes, you need some help, buddy? Now over there's garlic, so we don't want to get any further than where you're standing right now. So I have garlic planted. See where it's coming up? We don't want to get it all mixed up. It's pretty busy with a chicken wing. Yeah. Oh, he likes that. Oh, he's gonna go take that and hide it somewhere. Doesn't want nobody else to get his deer knee. Nothing better than a good deer knee. Yeah. They're man's best friend, right? Putting my worms in, or feeding my worms, and I noticed that these potatoes that we put in there with them a lot, about a month ago, I think, they've gotten some sprouts, and I even got this dude who's grown a stalk. So I'm gonna go ahead and like look at this dude. This was in my worm bin and they're growing green leaves. So I am gonna go ahead. This is I've planted potatoes in here, but I did leave some spots because I ran out. I'm gonna go ahead and plant these right into the thing here. See, I've got a bunch of roots going on here. I'm gonna plant those down and plant this whole thing in the ground, and so it will get a sprout and come out here when the conditions are right. So plant it nice and deep there, cover it up. Now you can see this one is actually starting new potatoes. All right, got good roots coming out of it, 2 different places, 3 different places, and they're actually starting to grow some potatoes. So I'm gonna put those nice and deep in there and cover those up. Just gonna cover this one up almost all the way to the top. And those should sprout pretty nice. Got a raised bed here, got good soil. Cover up these roots. Pat them down a little bit. And over here, so we have a potato that kids help me all the time. This one didn't get planted very far, so I'm just gonna push them down a little bit deeper. It'll be fine. All right, so I've seeded carrots, and this one's a little bit higher. So there's a good amount of loose dirt in there, loose soil. And so those carrots need that, because those carrots want to elongate, like, you know, you typically see a carrot. And if they meet resistance like hard packed clay or something like that, that's how you get nice short fat carrots. You don't really want that. You want them to be really nice and long, so you want to have plenty of loose fluffy soil. All right, you want to do another row? We'll get a drink here in a little bit. You can get some water. Okay, that's fine. All right, so we want to keep these about 5 feet apart. So this will work, yeah. We'll just start it like right here, where you're at right there. And so I'll scoop it on there. And look at all these worms. This is why our garden does so well. So we just have these everywhere. You know, they're constantly working the ground for us, giving us more nutrients. So, you know, we feed them and they work the ground for us, and they eventually feed us, help us out. And look at all of them. Look at them. I mean, there's just so many of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them some easy zone.
Yeah, oh, they'll be good. We're gonna cover them up with this, and they'll have a bunch of nutrients to eat. There's so many of them, they're everywhere.
I'm gonna go throw
so many worms.
Should I throw some of them inside that one?
It's just sitting underneath of a cardboard.
I'm gonna throw them inside my wood chips.
Okay.
Wait, are you gonna till this so they might dust?
No, I won't till it. I'm gonna give it, I mean, it's way too many to till now. It's probably gonna be weeks before I till.
So you guys need all this nutrient? I think that's
So that essentially covered most of the section that I'm gonna put watermelons in. And I'll go back and I'll make holes for the actual watermelon mounds. And I'll put rabbit manure in there, because that's cold compost, doesn't need to compost down much. And I can till that underneath. And then these watermelons are gonna be very well fertilized. You know, not using any chemicals or anything like that, which I kind of like to do when I can. So I virtually don't really use any chemicals, or haven't yet thus far, and I've done fairly well without them, so definitely reduces my cost, you know, and the impact to the bees and things like that, all insects really. These smell a lot better than what was in there before, don't they? Oh man, that's gonna blow away.
Are you sure this is enough?
Well, we might have to buy another bag, but I think it's fine for now.
Wait, we don't have to cover it like this way.
Yeah, we better a little bit. Just because they come in here with muddy feed and all that stuff. It's easier to clean.
That was all.
Yeah, it was. It's a lot better than it was before. We tried the whole keeping poultry in here, and it just doesn't work. This fence, I don't know if it's this fence, it doesn't shock good enough or what, but we just could not get them to stay in here. They kept getting out, and so it just did not work well for us. You know, they did stay in here a few times, and as you can see, I dug up a bunch of stuff for the ducks to kind of dig under and eat. And so they did fertilize a little, but it just didn't work for us yet. I gotta figure out the fencing situation and see maybe I can get better fencing. but this year it just didn't work. I have faith in it. The concept is good. It just didn't work out.